So hello guys. So in the previous video I was telling you about the block shear failure. So for block shear failure just go on the page number 34 and here you can see the 7a figure for plates and 7b for angles. And guys, whatever I am telling you, you should note down actually. Okay, just note down. It's necessary, that's why I am saying. So because some things are not given in the code and I am telling you that also, that can be helpful. So you can see in the 7a plate you can see the dead dash line is from like it's starting from the end edge and it's just continuing to 1 and then to 2 and 3 4 and then to that then back to that edge. So you can see that it's 1 2 3 4 and not actually 1 2 3 4, it had started from that line. You can see that bold black line, perpendicular bold black line. From there that dash has started and it has just continued to 1 2 3 4 and then again back to that bold line. So this is showing the tear out plane in which the tearing will happen in case of block shear failure. Actually, what is block shear failure? You have to understand, block shear failure is a failure in which there are two kinds of failure, and that too also simultaneously. One is because of tension and one is because of the shear. Okay, so in this you are seeing the tear out plane, torn out plane, that will just tear out due to this block shear failure. The failure, as I said, failure is because of two things simultaneously, two things, tension as well as shear. The tension is acting here on which plane? It's acting on the 2 3 plane, 1 4 plane, है ना, perpendicular like जो होता है हमारा, it's acting on that. And parallel to this tension force, yeah, we can say the shear force, that will be parallel to this force. So that will act on the 1 2 plane, 3 4 plane, that will act parallelly to this tension force. And the planes for tension force will be perpendicular to the tension force, that is 2 3 1 4. And you can also see that the plane of shear and plane of tension, they are perpendicular to each other. Plane of shear are 1 2 3 4, plane of tension are 2 3 1 4, and they are perpendicular to each other. So what will happen in block shear failure? Failure will be due to shear force and tension force. Shear force failure and tension force failure due to these two. And the failure plane of shear force will be perpendicular to the plane of failure due to tension force. You can also see that in the angle also. You can see that the tension force will act on the 2 3 plane, 1 4 plane, yeah, and shear force will act on the 1 2 3 4. But the torn out section will be, you have to note down that torn out section, that is dead dash line. You can see that dead dash line is started from that end of the plate and it's continuing to the 1 then 2 then 3 then down. So that dead dash line, you have to just keep that dead dash line in your mind. Actually that will be used in calculating the formula of TDB, design strength due to block shear failure. Just keep these two. Dead dash line are nothing, they are the torn out planes, failure planes, how tearing will happen in this block shear failure. Actually what will happen, tear out, they will tear out from each other due to this block shear failure. So just keep these dead dash line, they are important. Okay, in angle the dead dash line or tearing out will happen like this, 1 2 3, and in case of plate it will be like 1 2 3 4. Okay, so the thing is in block shear failure you have to calculate two things, TDB1 and TDB2. You have to calculate both because the value will come from both different, and we have to take then a smaller of these two. It is also written on the page number 33 that we will taken as a smaller of these two. TDB1 is AVG Fy upon root T gamma m naught plus 0.9 ATN Fu upon gamma ml, and TDB2 is TDB1 TDB2. I am saying you can also name other. I am saying 1 or 2 because the value will be different from both and we have to take a smaller of these two. So TDB2 is 0.9 AVN Fu upon root 3 gamma L plus ATGFY upon gamma m naught. Gamma m naught, gamma m l just familiar, we all are familiar. Gamma m naught was 1.0 10 है ना, we have seen in case of grocery yielding, gamma m naught partial safety factor, we have seen in table number 5, and gamma ml is 1.25, we have seen in case of net air rupture. Just remember these two, these will come again and again. And the most four important things are here are AVG, ATN, AVN and ATG. These four area you should know, you should understand how to calculate these, otherwise how we will calculate this TdV1 and TdV2. These four, just focus on these four areas. So AVG, AVN are nothing, they are the minimum gross and net area and shear along the bolt line parallel to the external force, that is tension force. You can see 1 2 3 4 in figure number 7a. In case of plate 1 2 and 3 4, these are the shear, matlab failure planes in shear. In case of shear, so we have to take minimum of, no, we have to take minimum, we have to take 1 2 as well as 3 4, because in case of plate failure will be 1 2 and also in 3 4 we have to take both. And in case of angle 1 2, from end of 1 and 2, this whole will be the angle, this whole will be the actually this is the angle, no? In case of angle I am saying, but this that dash line from end of the angle to 1 and to 2, 1 2, passing through 1 and 2, this is the shear failure plane in case of angle. You can also imagine why it is angle, because you can see in above there is a thin border line. That thin border line is nothing, we are seeing the front view of the angle. In the front view of the angle we are seeing the projection of outstanding leg, that is the projection of outstanding leg, because we are standing in front of that. So these front view, side view, these will be used in HDD too. So to understand the drawings, I will suggest you just go and revise these front view, side view, top view, sectional view, because these drawings, the drawings of HDD2 can be imagined and can be understood by these things. Okay. Now next thing is, so AVG means we are finding the gross area in this case, and AVN means we are finding the net area. In net area we will just subtract the area occupied by the bolts, like in case of like 1 to 2, from that dash line, starting from that end line to 1 and to 2, we have to take that whole. Okay, I am not saying 1 to 2, I am saying from starting from the dead dash line, you just focus on that dead dash line. Okay, so that line, if we are calculating the AVG, just multiply this distance into thickness. But if we are calculating the net, then just subtract the area occupied by the bolt holes. You will have to just subtract the diameter of the bolt holes into thickness, you know. And similarly you will do in case of angle. If you find the gross area, just take that whole distance from end of the plate to 1 to 2, that distance you will be given in the question, into thickness. Area is what, length into breadth, but that we are using here only, nothing else, है ना. And in case of net, just subtract the area occupied by the bolt holes, just subtract the bolt hole diameters, they are 2 3 4, how much they are in the question depending on the question, and into thickness. So nothing is gross and net, they are bilkul, you should be familiar, and I think you are familiar with these gross and net. So the main thing is AVV is showing the shear area in the case of shear, and ATT is showing the area in the case of tension, and N means net, G means gross. So ATG, ATN, AVG, AVN. Okay. Now the important thing is that allow like ATG and ATN. Now ATG and ATN I am saying, sorry. So the ATG and ATN are nothing, they are the areas in case of tension, and tension plane I already showed you, like 2 to 3 is in the case of 7a figure plate, and 2 to 3 to the toe. Actually you can differentiate the dotted dash line is different in case of plate and different in case of angle. In case of angle, the tension plane in which failure will happen, that is 2 to 3 to the end of the angle. That angle is what? That is toe of the angle. Toe means the bottommost line of the angle, bottommost end of the angle. It can be on the outstanding leg also, and it can be on the connected leg also. The angle has two toe. Toe means its bottommost ends. Bottommost, I think you understand. bottommost end. It can be on the connected leg, it can be on the outstanding leg. Okay, so so you have to take from 2 to 3 to toe of the angle, that you will take into thickness. Okay, and in case of net, you will just subtract the area occupied by the bolts. So you will just subtract the diameters of the bolts into thickness. Okay, so this way you will calculate the TDV1 and TDV2. Then you will take the smaller of these two. Always we have to take the smaller of every design strength. Okay, now next thing I want to tell you is that I just forget to tell you, that is the in the case of design strength due to net area rupture. So just I am going back to the net area rupture. Actually, in case of net area rupture, I told you like we have to calculate an. So an is what? Net effective area of the member, because there are so many bolts. They can be in chain bolting manner, they can be in the staggered manner. So net effective area, what it is, that net effective area, or it is that critical area in which net area rupture can happen. So it can be anything. That an can be anything, it can be in any manner. The important thing is you have to find all the possibilities you can find. You have to find all the possibilities in which the area, that area you have to find in which failure can happen due to net rupture or ultimate stress, coming of ultimate stress. So how many possibilities can be there? Many possibilities can be there. Okay, like figure number 5 you are seeing on page number 33. Here if I have to find the an for the design strength to net rupture, then failure can be anything. Failure plane can be like, we can take the area for we can take the area containing these 3 bolts in the vertical manner. That can be the failure plane in which the critical section or net rupture can happen. Or I can take the failure plane like these 2 bolt containing cross section, these in vertical manner, two bolt. Or I can take 1 bolt from this 3 bolt line and 2 bolt from this 2 bolt line. That failure plane can be anything. You have to just imagine, you have to just find that in which manner the failure plane can be for net area rupture. It can be in any manner. Okay, and we have to take the minimum from those all possibilities of net area. Always we have to, not always I am saying, but when we are finding the design strength, or when we are finding the area, then we will go for the minimum. Okay, because it will fail in minimum itself, then why there is need to go for high things. I hope you are getting that my point. So we will take minimum area of all these areas in the end. Then I want to tell you is that in case of net area rupture, you have to understand one more thing, and that is very important. You can see that in case of net area rupture design strength, the formula is different from plates and different from angles. For angles, so for plates, the formula is simple, 0.9 ANFU upon gamma ml. I think you can calculate it simple. But for angles, I already told you there will be shear leg effect, beta will come, BS on the basis of BS. I already told you, you can revise it in the previous video. So in that you have to find AG naught, ANC. Okay, you have to know what is AG naught, what is ANC, what is AN. AN is net area of the total cross section. Okay, because AN is what? Net area of the total cross section. Total cross section is what? Of angle ISA. We call it ISA. ISA 100/75 means dimensions are for connected leg and outstanding leg, or outstanding leg or connected leg, whatever it is. It will be given in the question which leg is connected, which leg is outstanding. Okay, but dimensions are by outstanding and connected leg dimensions, the length of both, and thickness will be given to you in different manner separately. Okay, so AN, net area of total ISA, you can find in the steel tables. I am enforcing on my line. Just download the steel tables in which you will find the net area of all ISA, all unequal angle as well as equal angle. Equal angle means both the connected leg and outstanding leg are of same dimensions, and equal angle means they are of different dimensions. So you will find, just download it. Okay, no need to remember, but the thing is you should note down the formula for ANC and AG naught. ANC is net area of the connected leg and AG naught means gross area of outstanding leg. Net area means just we are subtracting the area occupied by the bolt holes, and gross area means we are just taking all the whole area, including the area occupied by the bolt holes. We are taking all the whole area in case of gross area. In case of net area, we are just subtracting the area occupied by the bolt holes from that gross area. Okay, so ANC means net area of the connected leg, AG naught means gross area of outstanding leg. So the formula you have to understand, the in the case of gross area of outstanding leg, the formula will be length minus half of thickness and bracket close into thickness. Obviously length of outstanding leg, because we are talking about AG naught, minus half of thickness, thickness of also outstanding leg into thickness, that is also of outstanding leg na? And in case of ANC, simple formula you can also remember. Formula is same, but some minor difference is there. Difference is length minus half of thickness minus gross bolt diameter in the bracket, then bracket close into thickness. So we just subtract the cross bolt diameter into thickness. Broad sense we can understand, because we are finding the net area. Always we are just, what we are doing, we are just subtracting the area occupied by the diameter from the gross area. And as we are talking about A and C means of connected leg, so length will be of connected leg, thickness of will be of connected leg, and thickness will be of connected leg. So I am again repeating, AG naught, gross area of outstanding leg, is length minus half of thickness inside the bracket, and then outside the bracket into thickness. All things are of outstanding leg. In case of ANC, the formula is length minus half of thickness minus cross bolt diameter inside the bracket, then bracket close into thickness. All things are of connected leg. Okay, now the main basic concept of this section 6, that is design of tension members, in which we find three design strength. First, design strength due to gross area yielding, design strength due to net rupture, design strength due to block shear. Then we will take the minimum of these three design strength. What is the minimum? Why we are taking a minimum? Because if the member will fail in minimum, then it will fail in minimum. Then why will you go for higher design strength? I hope you are getting this thing. Then our factored load will be always less than, it should be less than, if we want our member safe, if we want our member safety, then factored load should be less than or equal to our design strength. Design strength means minimum of these three design strength. These three design strength what I mentioned just now, the minimum of these three design strength will be our final design strength. So our factored load should be less than or equal to that design strength. Maximum to maximum it can equal, but always it should be less than for our safety of the member. Okay, now one more thing I want to tell you, in SDD2 always there will be two types of problem. First problem will be we are given the cross section, dimensions of cross section of the member, everything. We have to find that what factor load it can tolerate. So for that also we will have to find the design strength. On the basis of that we will find the factored load, what factored load it can resist without failure na? We are given the cross section, dimensions, everything. And second problem will be there कि we are given the factored load that will come on our member, and we have to design the proper cross section, suitable cross section, suitable dimensions of the cross section for that to resist that factored load. For that also we will find the design strength. So both things and both questions will require the design strength calculation, but in broad sense we can say in STD2 or in SDD actually two questions, two types of problem will be there. So that's all for section 6. Thanks. For any doubt you can ask in the comments, and if anything else I will feel that I should tell or anything, then I will tell in further videos. If you feel that whatever I am telling or whatever I have told till section 6 in the broad sense, completely in the broad sense, I have finished section 6. So if you feel like you are getting something, your time is saving, and if you are understanding the thing, then you should subscribe this for further video updates. Thanks.